It is Friday. Is that how you say it? Friday?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Well, hey, on behalf of Community Helper Awareness Month or whatever it is, I just want to let you guys know a little bit about more of what I do as a police officer, as a community helper. Look at some of the equipment that I have and check out my patrol car. You guys saw some of my community helpers, when was it, Wednesday? You saw some of my friends that came to the school during their Truder Grill. Those type of events like that is when law enforcement is going to be needed the most to help keep you guys safe. That's what we do on a daily basis. And it will be even more of those community helpers show up in an event something like that did happen. So we hope that it does not happen, but we need to prepare to make sure that if something does happen, you guys will know what to do, because we want to make sure that you guys get out of the building safe and that type of thing, okay? In an event something like that does happen, Officer Lester will transform. Anybody see the movies Transformers? You see Bumblebee? And he's a car, and all of a sudden he turns into a robot. Yeah. Bumblebee, yeah. So he turns from a car to a robot to make sure that he takes care of the Decepticons, the bad guys. Well, that's what Officer Lester would do. I will turn into a protector, because you are my sheep and I'm the shepherd, right? Yeah. And I will turn into shepherd mode to make sure you guys are safe, okay? And I may have to shout out some commands to you or tell you to do this or do that. It's not that I'm mad at you. I just want to make sure that you understand what I'm saying so you can be safe. So you will see some of my friends that may show up or something like that. They'll be shouting out commands. They're not mad. They want to make sure that you guys understand what we want to do, okay? So you will see a little different side of me that you're not used to, but it's not to make you guys upset. I want to make sure that you guys safe so I can go get the bad guys. I will be doing some hunting on those days. And that's what some of my friends will be doing, some hunting for the bad guys to make sure you guys safe. So without being some further ado, you already see my outfit. You always saw some of the equipment that I have on me. Weighs about 30 pounds. Now these, my uniform I have on, it's sort of what they call water resistant. It's not waterproof, but it's water resistant. That way I can wear this outfit in the rain, in the snow, in the sleet, all type of weather. It helps keeps me cool, and also helps keeps me warm, and also helps keeps me dry. And so that's why I have all the things I have on, and to help keep me able to do the things that I do. But I also have a lot of other things that help me do my job as well. I have what we call an report book. This is a report that we get information. If somebody calls the police and says, hey, somebody stole my bike, I put all that information on this report notebook. It helps me do my job. And I have what we call a hazmat book. This is an emergency response book. If you have anybody ever seen a train? And they have all these cars on the train and have these big tanks on the train. Well, this book will help me identify or find out what's inside that train. Because sometimes if a train comes off the rail and wrecks, it might release some things out in the air that might be harmful to you guys. So this book helps me find out what's in that book, what's in that tank. So this is what we call our hazmat book. So we got all these different colors, different symbols that mean different things to help keep you guys safe. It's pretty interesting, pretty cool. Also, this is called a ticket book. If you're speed or if you're involved with a traffic accident and you're found at fault, the officers write tickets. And your mom or dad may have gotten one of these. If they were driving a little bit too fast, trying to get you to school, or try to go to a practice or something, these are called ticket books. This is, oh wow. Well, when we give you one of these tickets, it's saying that you promised to come to court to talk to the judge about what you did wrong. So that's what that is. You take that ticket book, and we have what we call The blue, it's called a blue ticket, but it's sort of a green. But this is what you'll bring to court with you to talk to the judge about what you did wrong. So I got a full ticket book, hadn't written any tickets yet. So that's pretty cool. Because sometimes if somebody does something wrong, we don't have to write them a ticket all the time. Sometimes say, hey, slow down, don't be speeding. And so sometimes we just talk to them and they correct their behavior, just like your teachers in school. If you violate one of your classroom rules, the teacher probably talk to you. Hey, don't do that again. So and a lot of times we can do that in law enforcement as well. And this is another big old heavy book. This is my notebook, my clipboard, where I have my reports in there. These are some of the forms that we use to fill out written reports, different incident reports, statements for people to write down their story about what took place in a crime. So these are some of the forms that we have right here. Pretty cool. And it's metal, so it can withstand some water, some drops. You can see it's got a lot of dings. It's been dropped a few times. I've actually left it on top of my patrol car one time and drove off. And it fell over in the middle of the street and paper was everywhere. I'm like, what is going on? And a nice lady helped me pick up all my paper and put back in my notebook. So that was pretty cool. We also have some extra pens in here. In case somebody wants to write their story, we have extra pens, clipboards, that type of thing. Pretty cool. Alright. A flashlight. Woo! We could never have too many. Well, oh, here we go. We could never have too many flashlights. You always have a flashlight. I got one here. I have one on my duty bag here. This is the one I keep in my patrol car. It has a little wand on the end of it, so I can direct traffic at night. They can see, hey, there's Officer Lester directing traffic. So, pretty cool, and it's nice and long. So that's what this little clip here is for. I can stick my little flashlight right here, and I can walk around with it, which is pretty cool. All right, now I'll let you guys answer some questions as soon as I finish up, okay? So hold your questions, but this is pretty cool. All right, then I have my safety wand. This thing blinks and it has little running lights on there, little strobe lights. I actually had to use this the other day when I was on my way home. I ran across a bad accident, and so I had to use this to help direct traffic. So you can see it real good at night when I have this thing flashing. It has different modes here, and then it has just a regular mode, which is pretty cool. And it has a flashlight on the end of it. Pretty cool. And we have some safety cones. These are basically for evidence. If we go onto a scene somewhere, there's some evidence scattered here. These are items that might help us solve a crime. And we can just put that cone right there. And we might have some evidence over here. So we can put cones different places. So when we have our evidence technician, our crime scene tech folks, they can say, okay, there's an orange cone, there's an orange cone. That might be some evidence over there. So that helps direct them where they need to go take pictures and collect the evidence for the crime scene. And we can use these for traffic. If we need to put these up around a traffic scene or something like that, it'll help people from running over the evidence that we have. And if you got flashlight, you gotta have extra batteries. Always gotta have extra batteries, because you never know when your flashlight might go dead. Because a lot of times if we're searching for a suspect at night, and Mr. Taylor's husband has a K9, and he would probably be one of those guys that help search for a suspect at night with his K9. So we'll go through flashlights pretty quick. And so we can always have some extra flashlights. Of course, you gotta have the coffee mug, because officers love coffee, and we like donuts. Yep. Coffee and donuts, so we always gotta have an extra coffee mug just in case you might run across QT or Krispy Kreme. We got some extra gloves in case it gets cold in the wintertime. Got extra gloves to help keep my hands warm. Or if I'm at a football game, doing security at a football game, keep my hand warm. These are search gloves. If I put somebody under arrest and I'm getting ready to take them to jail, I put these search gloves on to protect my hands. So when I'm searching their legs and their arms and their body, looking for other weapons, we want to make sure my hands are not going to get harmed. And we put these on to protect my hands. Speaking of protection, you got to have sunblock. Why do we have to have sunblock, Officer Lester? Well, we might be out in the woods somewhere. We might have a lost child sometimes. We might wander out in the woods, or an old person, they might wander out in the woods, or we might be looking for a suspect, a bad guy. We need to put some sunblock on to make sure our sun doesn't burn. Yep, I've got a suntan one time. What? Yeah, I got a suntan one time. I was washing clothes for our youth car wash, and I had a tank top on, and at the end of that day, you can see a nice little tan line. And I'm already dark enough. I already got a nice little glazed tan going, but it even got darker, so you can see that little tan line in my tank top. So pretty interesting. And deep woods off. Gotta make sure you got the mosquitoes and the bugs from getting on you, so you can spray this on you and help protect you as well. And it's not much of a first aid kit, but we do have a first aid kit in case we get a scrape or a little boo-boo. That's a joke. Anyway, we do have a first aid kit, and we do have, this is a kit that we use for drug testing. Sometimes we have people that have drugs on them, or in their car, in their house, whatever, and we want to make sure if it really is drugs or is it just sugar. So we can test that with our own kits now to make sure it is what it is. This is a little file that I have that got more. Whoop, look at that. Look at that. More forms. We got more stuff I can have here for files, for taking reports. These are some of the booking sheets that I have to fill out anytime I also arrest somebody. These are the booking sheets that we fill out at the jail. They got all the information on the jail. It's pretty cool. And this is just some flyers that here and some more information. When we're talking to victims of domestic violence or any kind of crime, we can give out some information and some pamphlets so they can have information so they can follow back on. Pretty cool. So I always have a file with extra paperwork just in case I need it. This is our little hazmat bag. It's got a long jumpsuit. And I can put this on and it covers my whole body up to my neck. And it keeps me safe from some harmful substances. We talked about the hazmat book. Sometimes there might be some things in the house that we may have to go in and search, and it will keep my uniform clean, keep my body from getting exposed to it. So we got some of those in there, some extra mask in here, some hand sanitizer. You probably get enough of hand sanitizer here at the school. Put the hand sanitizer on. We got some little booties for my feet. Yeah, we put these on our feet to keep our feet from stepping in some squishy stuff. So we just put that on there, put it in I don't know if it'll fit on my size 13, I think it might fit. Anyway, we put these little booties on, got these in there. What else we got? We got a little disinfectant, a little deodorant. In case we get into some sticky stuff, we can spray that, sort of help alleviate some of that. Some more surgical gloves here to protect the hands for the sticky stuff. We got some goggles here, protect the eyes. We don't want anything splashing in the eyeballs. We got that. And we got our hazmat bag in case we have some things that we need to throw away. They got real bad and sticky and messy. We can put it right in here. Any kind of biohazard, any kind of blood type stuff, put it in there. Help protect us. So this is our sort of a hazmat bag that they give every officer, every deputy. So they can sort of help protect them as much as we can. Won't be like you have at the hospital, but it'll be a little bit closer. This is what we call a spit hood. What is a spit hood, Officer Lester? Well, sometimes we have some people that don't want to go to jail quietly. And they want to spit on us. So we put a nice little hood over their head so they can spit on themselves and not on us. So it's pretty cool. Anybody seen a beekeeper? You got a little the net that the beekeeper wears. This is what it looks like. So we have some things to try to help protect them, but it's called a spit hood. And we have used that a good bit sometimes. Some extra surgical gloves. Never can have too many surgical gloves. I put those on when I'm sanitizing and wiping down the inside of my patrol car because sometimes it gets real dirty in there. So I can put those on and wipe it down real good so it can be nice and clean so I can have a clean environment because we're always in and out of the patrol car all the time. The patrol car is basically our office. So we spend a lot of time in that patrol car. Most deputies spend maybe 12 hours in there all day doing reports, doing different things. So we got to make sure that environment is clean. And also, we have people that break down on the side of the road sometimes or in parking lots. Officer, my car won't start. Well, guess what? I got some jumper cables. I finally broke down and bought me some jumper cables because sometimes people need a jump. Their battery might go dead. And I put that on my car, hook it up to the battery, jump them off, and send them on their way. So we do a lot of different things in law enforcement, not just putting bad guys in jail. We try to help keep people safe as well. This, anybody know what that is? You don't know what that is? Anybody know what those are? The same thing. Yeah, it is. I'm going to show you. Let's see if I got one already open here. These are what they call flex cuffs. In case we have multiple suspects that need to go to jail, we can pull out these plastic flex cuffs, open it up, just like that, put the hands in, and zip it tight. And it works just like regular handcuffs, but they're plastic. So when we get to jail, they can cut those off and keep on going. But we also have a place where you unlock the keys here too, so which is pretty cool, so you can reuse them. But in case we got more than one bad guy that need to go to jail, you got extra handcuffs here. It works pretty good. And I always keep 2 sets on me, and I keep another set, actually 2 sets inside my patrol car, right where my little spotlight is here, right here. We hang those on our spotlight, just in case you might need some extra ones. So I got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got about 8 sets of handcuffs on me, so that works out pretty good. And if I run out of handcuffs, guess what? I got some of my other community helpers to come help me take care of business if I need to, which works pretty good. All right, now these is what they call a tourniquet. A tourniquet is a device that we can put around a person's arm or leg, or the officer's arm or leg, in case he gets shot. Hopefully that don't happen, but that helps keep the blood inside. Because you can't live without blood. You gotta have the blood inside. So we put that around the arm, almost like a seat belt, like a belt, and tighten it real tight. Keep the blood in so you can get to the hospital to make sure he gets taken care of. So don't we have extra one of those? We have those extra bags, and we can use it for everyday citizens if we need to as well. Hopefully we won't have to, but if we need to, we got the equipment to do what we gotta do. All right. And this is my trusty duty bag. I've had this bag for a long time. I had this bag a long time. Keeps all my equipment in the front seat with me in case I need it. I can put all my stuff in there. Easy access, quick access, where I can get to what I need. This is my traffic vest. You see me wearing this in the mornings. It's reflective, so you can see me a long way, far away. You see me at night when the lights shine on me. So, oh, that's Officer Lester. We don't want to run over to Officer Lester. That wouldn't be good. So we can put that safety vest on so everybody can see us, and I also have a whistle. So if I need to get somebody's attention, slow down. Officer Lester said, slow down. So they can hear my whistle to get them where they need to be. Anybody know what this is?
A vest.
Hey, vest. What's the vest for?
Swimming.
Bullets. Oh, not for swimming. We do have safety vests for swimming, but this is a safety vest for bullets. Helps keep the officer protected. Right here in the front, right here in the back, and also on the side. And it wraps sort of around you like that. Because this area here, this is where our heart is, our lungs, all the different vital organs, our stomach, when we eat those too many donuts and coffee. You gotta protect all that stuff. So that keeps all of our area here protected. Yep, so that's what that's for. So I have an extra one inside my patrol car. This is my old one, just in case I might need it, or somebody else might need it. But I keep an extra one right there. And this is my little trunk, my little tub, where I keep a lot of extra things in there. Some window cleaner, because sometimes our windows get stinky from and messed up from bugs. Particularly after you go through the car wash, you get it all nice and shiny, because normally my patrol car is real clean. But this week has been very busy with doing after school sports stuff. I didn't have a chance to shine it up and clean it up for you guys, so I apologize ahead of time. But normally my patrol car is pristine and clean every day. So because I represent Spartanburg County, so I want to look good. Anyway, this bag here is a very important piece of our equipment as well. Anybody know what this bag is? Anybody know what's in there? Anyone want to take a guess what's in there? Nope. Huh? Nope. 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 This is my gym bag. Officer Lester goes to the gym on a weekly basis because I have to stay in shape. I gotta stay in shape. Except, well, some Saturdays I go. Yeah, so I gotta stay in shape so I can make sure that my body and I'm able to perform. In case I need to help protect you guys, I'll be able to deal with whatever I gotta deal with. I might have to run real fast to catch somebody. And if I can't catch them, I can get on my radio and call some more helpers. But officers go to the gym we'll try to go to the gym on a weekly basis so we can stay in shape. Because we gotta keep the body shaped so it can be strong. Now, this jacket, you probably seen me wear this in the morning sometime when it's raining. This is a raincoat. I like this raincoat because it's nice and long. It goes all the way down, almost down to my ankle. Now this raincoat is probably over 30 years old. It might be even longer than that because an old retired police sergeant gave me his coat. He said, hey, I got something for you, officer. And he retired from Spartanburg City Police Department back in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s. So there's no telling how long he had it before then. And this coat, I've had this coat and I've been wearing it because it keeps me dry. But yeah, that's an old coat, but it still works. And the reason why it has the yellow part on the inside and outside is we put the yellow part on so you guys can see us better. And then you have the other outside where you can just wear it if you're not directing traffic or something like that. But I like this coat. I'm going to hopefully hold on to it for another 15, 20 years. All right? Now, does anybody have any quick questions before I give you a tour of my patrol car? Yes, any quick questions? How long have I had this one? I had this one 2 years. Yep, 2.5 years. Yep, yep. Ooh, I've been in police almost 10 years now. Yes, ma'am. How old I am? No, you're not supposed to ask a guy how old he is. I am, let's see how smart you are. I am half a century. You're right. You're right. She got it right. 50 years old. 50 years old. Now you guys have been very kind because you say I don't look 50. But yeah, I'm 50 years old. Let me come over this way and I'll come back around a little bit. Yes, sir. Well, sometimes we may let them go. Depends on what the violations are, because sometimes they might have some other things going on and we might need to catch them. And so we talk to our friends on the radio, say, hey, I need some help. Let me see if I can see if we can hear somebody out on the radio, see if we can hear some of our friends on the radio talking. Let me see here. They might be asleep, or they might be at QT drinking coffee. Well, let's see here. Let's see if we can hear somebody talk. Anyway, yes, sir. Which one? This one? Which one?
The one that has a flashlight on it.
Yes. Traffic. It's called a traffic wand.
Some airports kind of use that to bring airplanes.
They're talking. Let's see what.
Careful, Bravo 21.
That's the 911 dispatch. Yes, you are correct. The airport uses these wands to help bring in the airplane. You see, whoop, 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 whoop. You're correct. Yes, ma'am. Cool. Yes, sir. I can't count them all. There's too many of them. You think about it. 10 years. That's a lot of people I put in there. A lot of people. Yes, ma'am. Oh, my gun. I've had that for a long time. About 10 years. Yeah. It's like a part of me. It's part of my tools that help keep you safe. Yeah. Yep, I have to clean it, make sure it's clean. Cause it can get dirty sometimes. Yeah. Yes, sir. My police car, I had it about 2.5 years. Well, I've had different cars over the 10 years that I've had. So, yeah, 2 years. Yes, sir. Right there. See it? That stays in the holster. I don't need it right now. You gotta keep it in the holster. Right here. That tells me who I work for. I work for Spartanburg County. It tells me my authority, my jurisdiction, or my where I'm in charge of. Yeah. Yes, sir. Huh? How many tickets? I hadn't given that many tickets out, but I have arrested a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah, I don't got it. There's a lot of tickets. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. My handcuffs? I don't have them a long time. For many years, I keep those with me. They don't get too dirty. I have to keep those clean too. Yes, sir. Well, different years. Different years, but I've had that duty bag probably over 10 years, 15 years. Long time.
Why do you call it duty bag?
Well, I'm reporting for duty, sir. So it's my job. That's another word for job. I'm reporting for duty. D-U-T-Y. Duty. D-U-T-Y. Duty bag. Yep. That's what it's called. I don't know. Yes, ma'am. I just got one. Just one bad, so I gotta keep up with it. Can't lose them. Yes, ma'am. It's different years. Yeah. Long time though. Long time. Yes, ma'am. I've been in Pine Street 2.5 years. See, when you guys was out during the COVID pandemic, that's when I started, back in March of 2020. Yeah. And you guys wasn't here. I was walking around with nobody to talk to but except Mr. Here. And a few teachers. Yes, ma'am. Hey, you never know when you might need another flashlight. Sometimes you might have an officer might lose his flashlight. Hey, I got an extra one right here. So, yeah, we always got to have a lot of equipment. You never know. Yes, ma'am. Well, we want to keep it clean because that represents Spartanburg County, and I don't want to walk around in a dirty patrol car. So I want to. I want to make this really clean. Why do you take a bath? Yeah, exactly. That's why I have to keep my patrol car bath. Because it gets dirty. Okay, I'm gonna turn my patrol car on. I'm gonna let you look at the blue lights, check those things out. Then I'm gonna let you listen to the siren, and I'm that you stick your fingers in your ears to sort of block some of the sound, kind of a little bit of loud. I'm not gonna keep it on there for about a second. Just let you listen to what I'm listening to. And then after that, I'm gonna let you guys take a tour of my patrol car. We can go through the back where the bad guys hang out at and walk through. You can walk through the other side and look around in the back there and see, you know, some of my other stuff. Okay? So let me turn it on right quick. See some of my lights flashing.
You don't ever want to have to sit there. I've never
You see why people get nervous when we pull up behind them with the blue lights on.